Hello students, this is Namrata and we are going to continue with the chapter number 10, Natural Resources. Before start this topic, I would like to revise what we have done in the previous video. See, we have discussed what are natural resources like sunlight, water, soil and air. Then we have discussed about the uses of air, uses of water. And now I am going to discuss with you uses of soil and uses of sunlight. See, basically plants grow into the soil. We live on land and land is made up of the soil. We totally depends on the agricultural activities for our daily survival because we are getting grains, food, fruits, flowers, scent, medicine, oils and even our cosmetics. So basically these all are given by the soil, and plants which grow on the soil, they live because of the minerals and water supplied by their roots, and the roots are absorbing water and minerals from the soil. So basically we are totally dependent on the soil. Yes, of course we are depending on the air, water, sunlight also, but soil, we cannot neglect the importance of soil. So let's start with the soil. As you can see, I have written here all the uses of soil. These are the main uses of soil. Like, soil provides shelter to many animals and insects. Have you seen any earthworm? It lives inside the soil. When it is rain, so the pores are filled with the water. That is why they are coming out in the rainy season. Otherwise, they all are living inside the soil. So, soil provides the shelter to many animals and insects. Like rabbit, it makes a burrow inside the soil and it lives inside there. Soil provides water to plants. Absolutely. See, these are the roots of a plant. And it absorbs water from the soil. So when the roots are absorbing water from the soil, they are transporting the minerals, because minerals are also mixed into the soil. So minerals and water, they are being absorbed by the soil, roots and supplied to the different parts of the plant. So again, it is very important for the plants because soil provides mineral and water to the plants. It provides nutrients required for growing food. Now, if I say that like your dal, if I am talking about the pulses or the dal, so they comes under category Leguminosae family. Now, what are Leguminosae family? In science, there are different specific terms used for plants and animals. So, the pulses that are grown inside the beans, they are comes under category of Leguminosae. Now, I will show you the importance of the soil, how it provides nutrients that is required for the growing food. See, what are Leguminosae family for the growing, what are the Leguminosae family of the plant? See, this term is used for the pulses, in which if you have observed any plant that is a pulses plant, in the roots you can see there are some nodes are found, and these nodes, if we observe them under a microscope, you can see that there is a net-like structure. Okay. So, in this net-like structure, there is a bacteria growing inside there. So, this bacteria because these leguminaceae plants or the plants, they are different pulses plants. They are not able to absorb the nitrogen from the environment, and we are getting protein from the dal. So this protein formed by different amino acids. Now what are amino acids? Protein, so you all know that this is a component of a food. So amino acids are the basic units that join together and form protein. And amino acid needs nitrogen. Okay, so actually this nitrogen is available in abundance in the environment, but these plants are not able to absorb this nitrogen from the environment. That is why this bacteria, that is called rhizome. Rhizome bacteria, this bacteria absorb the environmental nitrogen and it provides this nitrogen to the plant, and in return it gets food and shelter from this plant. So they are saying that the soil provides food for the growing plant. So this is how they are absorbing minerals from the soil because of the help of the bacteria. Now next one is it provides structures for the road and buildings. Yes, of course. Suppose somewhere the plane is not proper to make a road. So we are adding more soil to that place so that it could be on a same level. Then we can construct a road over there, or when we are making a building or we are structuring a building, then again after the foundation work we are adding soil to different columns so that the structure of the building can be equal. So here we have discussed about the different uses of soil. Now I am going to explain you uses of sunlight. See here in this picture you can see that this agricultural activity is done because of the help of the soil. Here people are growing plants into the soil, and then we are making roads and buildings on the soil, and here it provides the shelter for different animals, like the rabbit has made a burrow and it living inside this burrow. So these all are provided by the soil. Now let's talk about different uses of sunlight. Here as you can see, this sunlight is very important for the growing plant because plants are making their food with the help of sunlight, and that is called the photosynthesis. Here in this picture you can see the clothes are drying in the sunlight. When it is a rainy day and your mummy are washing the clothes and it is not a sunlight over there, so how she can dry the clothes? Because sunlight kills the germs as well by drying the clothes. So it is very important for drying anything. And solar panels, yes, solar panels are big panels that produces electricity or the energy, and we can use this energy in our daily activities. So let's discuss with it. Now let's discuss the uses of sunlight. Here as you can see, this plant is using the sunlight in the daytime. Why? Because the sunlight is very important for the process of photosynthesis in which the plants are making their food. Actually, the sunlight converts starch into glucose, and this glucose is used by this plant for the growth. So, the uses of sunlight is the basic thing is photosynthesis. Now, when our mother or we are drying the clothes, we are keeping our clothes in the sunlight. So, drying clothes are different grains are also drying in the sunlight. Achar, papad, these all things are require the sunlight. And heat water. Now it is started the cool days, and see, I could do this thing. that I am keeping the bucket of the water in the sunlight for 1 or 2 hours, so it becomes warmer. So we are using the sunlight for heating the water. Grow food, absolutely. When we are doing agricultural activities, like we are growing crops, so it needs proper sunlight for maturing the seeds. And vitamin D. See, it is very important for us to absorb the vitamin D, and this is the only nutrient that we cannot get directly from the food. So we have to sit at least 10 to 15 minutes daily in the morning in the sunlight, so that our body can absorb this vitamin D. Okay, and generate electricity, as I said earlier, that through the solar panel we are producing electricity, and this electricity can be used in different places for different purposes. So here we have discussed the uses of sunlight and uses of soil. Now the next topic is depletion of natural resources. Okay, now next topic is depletion of natural resources. What is the meaning of depletion? Do you know the meaning of depletion? That means reduced. How it is reducing? So these are the basic reasons why our natural resources are depleting. First is the deforestation. In the earlier days, there was a huge jungle, and now, as you can, have you heard in the news that jungles of Amazon are burning, and the government is not capable to control that fire, and this is the main reason for deforestation. We are cutting the trees and plants for our needs, so we should avoid it. If it is important to cut the trees, then it is very important to plant the trees. So if you are cutting a tree, that is your responsibility to grow double or the triple number of a particular plant. Overuse. We are overusing these natural resources like coal and petroleum. Like sunlight cannot be finished. We can use it as much as we want, but the coal and petroleum, they are available in a limited quantity. So we cannot overuse it, because for the next generation, what we will left? No, nothing. There is nothing to leave over there, because we will finish this coal and petroleum, that is also part of natural resources. Increase in industries. There are many industries are planting in our earth, and they are cutting the trees. They are producing limitless plastics, because plastic cannot be degraded in several years. It needs many years. And overpopulation, absolutely, if the production is less and demand is higher, so that will also be the reason for depletion of natural resources. So students, this is all up to us. How can we reduce the overuse of natural resources? Okay, now what are the factors? As we are cutting the trees, so the soil of that particular area gets erodes. So soil erosion is also a part or the result of depletion of natural resources, and due to overpopulation, the demand is higher and supply is less. So these all are the factors that are the reason for depletion of natural resources. Now we have discussed this whole chapter. It is your responsibility, whenever you are sitting to watch my videos, sit with your book, read the specific words like depletion, natural resources, deforestation, industries, population. These are new terms, and the spellings may be written in a wrong manner, or you can do spelling mistakes. So that can be corrected by more and more writing practice. Read aloud these terms, write more and more, so that there will be less chances of the mistakes.